Hello and welcome. This is 9 p.m. news from your number one online TV channel, CTV. Coming up, President Bola Tinubu suspends Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation Betta Edu over 585 million naira fraud. Lawmakers budget fresh 30 billion for National Assembly renovation. And Supreme Court upholds Elia's election as Benue governor. In business news, analysts predict ease in the cost of living in 2024. My name is Mbosowo Udwarabang. The Supreme Court on Monday, January 8, 2024, dismissed the appeal by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate in the Benue governorship election. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Abuja affirmed the election of Hyacinth Alia as governor of Benue State. Lawmakers have budgeted an additional 30 billion for the renovation of the National Assembly complex in the 2024 appropriation bill. The 30 billion earmarked for the renovation of the building was part of the 344.85 billion budgeted for the National Assembly after they raised their allocation from 197.93 billion naira. According to statistics, the 344.85 billion signed by President Bola Tinubu on January 1, 2024, is the highest ever allocated to the legislature. In other news, President Bola Tinubu has immediately suspended the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu. This was announced in a statement on Monday, January 8, 2024, by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngele. The statement also revealed that the President has ordered the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to thoroughly investigate all aspects of the financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The former minister will hand over to the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, and she is expected to cooperate with the EFCC. Also, the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, has arrived at the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to answer questions around alleged 37 billion naira laundered during her tenure in office. The former minister announced her arrival at the commission in a tweet on Monday. Umar Farouk and her team are being investigated over an alleged misappropriation of 37.1 billion naira during her tenure in office. In business news, analysts have urged Nigerians to expect respite in the cost of living crisis as they predict the pressure easing in 2024 compared to the previous year. The analysts are basing their optimism on downward trend of inflation globally, phasing out of the current impact of the petrol subsidy and expectations of FX inflows, among others. The president of the Nigerian Economic Society, Adeola Adenikunji, noted that if inflation continues to trend downwards globally, then it will be good for the economy because it will reduce the extent to which imported inflation will affect local prices. Meanwhile, the United Nations has stated that Nigeria's rising debt, increasing inflation rates, and its impact on the welfare of the citizens will expose the nation to the risk of declining economic growth in 2024. The UN made this known in its World Economic Situation and Prospects Report for 2024 projects on Monday, January 8, 2024. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's inflation rate stood at 28.2% with a debt profile of about 87.38 trillion naira by the second quarter of 2023 from 49.85 trillion in the first quarter, bringing it to a total of about 75.35% increase. According to reports, Nigeria's policy reforms enacted in 2023, especially in the hydrocarbon sector, contributed to a moderate improvement in the country's growth prospects for 2024, with the 3.1% gross domestic product growth forecast. The UN has also estimated an increase in Nigeria's growth rate from 2.9% in 2023 to 3.1% in 2024, Also, the GDP growth in African economies is forecast to register moderate improvement in 2024 and increasing to 3.5% on average. And that is all on the news. You can follow us on all our socials. My name is Mbosuwo Udobo. Do have a good evening.